Welcome, welcome, welcome back. It's the Adjuster Checkup. It's the Adjuster Checkup. Let's do our opening music. All right, it's the Adjuster Checkup. Welcome back. We're here for another week. So let's go over this week's topic. So this week, welcome everybody once again to the Adjuster Checkup podcast by TPAS LLC. If you don't know me already, my name is Charlene Hoskins. I am the founder, president, and CEO of TPAS LLC. We are a property and casualty education firm that focuses on the insurance, education, licensing, training, and mentorship of the claims professional, and more specifically, the claims adjuster. All right. So let's see here. Even though if you're an agent watching, we can get you straight to, okay? All right. Anyhow, all right. So let's get into it. So this week's topics, we're going to talk about side hustle ideas for adjusters, the National African American Insurance Association, and niche adjuster skills with getting personal property content certified. So let's talk about it. First and foremost, we're diving into the side hustle ideas. All right. This is pretty cool. Once you learn the adjuster skill and you start learning things like how to identify damage, how to identify construction products, how to create an estimate in Xactimate, those skills can be very, very valuable across other industries. We've already talked about doing things like becoming a FEMA inspector, right? We talked about that. And we went through that process of, I took you all through my application process of being a FEMA inspector. And I actually started off with, they only use two companies. They use either Vanguard or WSP. I started off with Vanguard. We have not gone through the WSP process just yet, but I started with Vanguard. And guess what? I'm in. I'm just waiting on Vanguard to say, come on, girl, come to work. All right. And I'll let you know how that goes. All right. So that's one way to do it. FEMA inspector. Again, you're using the same skills, right? You're identifying damage. You have to know the construction of a home. You have to be able to identify the construction and then also determine, hey, this needs to be repaired or that needs to be repaired. We're missing 60 square feet of this type of drywall. We're missing 20 square feet of carpet, whatever the case may be, right? And so that's why those skills can be used over there with the FEMA side of things, on the government side with home inspections, okay? So we talked about that. Another place that you can use this at, there are home inspector positions out there, even outside of working for FEMA, where you can go, and I think they're going to want you to have a home inspector certification. So you can look up different companies that offer that within your area, right? But you can become a certified home inspector. So anytime that anyone needs to buy a house and they want to see, hey, you know, how much work is this house going to need, right? Is this a money pit that I'm buying or not, right? Is there anything that's standing out that needs to be fixed right now, right? Getting your home inspector certification can help you with that and open you up to the possibilities once again to be able to work as an independent contractor, but you're a home inspector. All right. Another gig that you can also bounce into with this is all on your own. Once you got Xactimate down and you are learning how to do some estimates and how to put things together, you've probably worked a little bit with mitigation claims. You probably worked a little bit with mold remediation. You may have even dabbled a little bit on the contents, but I don't suggest doing that until you come to our class, all right? But you can use those skills to market to mitigation companies in your area and write estimates for them. You can also market it to, more importantly, contractors in your area and start writing estimates for them. And that includes public adjusters as well as attorneys. Okay. There are attorneys out there that all they deal with is insurance claim litigation. And sometimes they need somebody with the adjuster mindset to help them navigate the claim process, reconcile differences in estimates, right? figure out what the field adjuster missed and changing those estimates to reflect the repairs, the correct repairs that need to be done. All right. And I can say that from experience because that's one of the things that I do on the side. I have several clients who are mitigation vendors. I have several clients who are attorneys, and they come to us for various reasons. Some of them just, hey, I just need you to do a mitigation estimate and a repair estimate and this and this and that. Sometimes it's, hey, I need your consultation advice on this insurance claim. It's kind of going awry. I just got on it. What should I do? How should I move forward with this? Right? That information that you have, that you've learned from working as an independent adjuster with all these insurance companies, can help you navigate the process. All right. And so your knowledge is valuable as a result. Okay. So I'm just giving you the tea, you guys. Hold on, I got more comments. Good evening, Tashina. Okay, Phyllis Haskins, come on in, Phyllis Haskins. All right. But yes, you can take what you've learned over here on the adjuster side, use it for something else. Ashley, I know you already know because you've been in the game now. We can say that you've been in the game for a while. So you're no longer a newbie anymore, Ashley. You're going up to that expert level. You've been doing this a while. You've been doing file reviews, so forth and so on. You could totally take this skill and market it to your fellow and local different contractors that are out there. And here's the thing, you're thinking, well, why would they want that from us? A lot of these contractors, one, they know what needs to be done, right? But they don't know how to present it to the insurance company in a way that's easy to understand, clear, concise. We have the Exactimate program. They may not want to invest in the Exactimate program, but because we deal with it all the time, we're fine with it, right? We're like, we can do the Exactimate program for you. What you need? Send me your logo. I'll pop that in. You program that in, put that into parameters under company info, right? So then they'll have their logo. It'll look really pretty with their information if they want to put their EIN number or their state licensing number, to be a contractor, so forth and so on. And they will have a professional estimate. And not only is it easy for you can give that to the insured, right? So you look more professional as a contractor, but then also you look like you're on point with the insurance company. And that's what they want. They want to be able to present these estimates to the insurance carriers without a bunch of flack and, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of stuff bouncing back to them and saying, oh, fix this, fix that, whatever the case may be, right? They want it to be right. And so what I have my clients do, I have them send me their diagrams. I do their sketches for them so I have their proper measurements. I have them send me their photos, and then I have them send me their notes of what they have done, how many men they use, the equipment that they use, how many. A lot of times my clients have me doing both. I have a lot of mitigation clients. I have them, they come to me to build their mitigation estimates, and they also come to me to do the repair estimates. We might call it in on the adjuster side of things, tear out and build back. I make tear out and build back estimates for my mitigation clients. Sometimes if they do contents pack out because of my contents experience, I'll do that for them. And of course, their contents list for their people. And let me tell you something, those claims go by, it makes it so easy. And they are willing to pay for that service. I'm just letting you know. Set your price, child. Set your price. All right. Holla, Emmanuel. Holla. Ashley said, I was just going to say, if you know of anyone, let me know. I'm out looking to write estimates. Let me tell you something, Ashley. This is what you do. You're going to have to cold call. Cold call. Look at where you live right now. Do about a 10 to 20-mile radius of construction companies that are in your area right now, or restoration companies that are in your area right now. And all you need to do is so simple. It seems so complicated, but until once I just did it and jumped out there, and I'm like, I'm going to call these people. It happened like crazy. Not only that, your other adjuster friends that you and family that sometimes we'll be out inspecting a loss, and a contractor may make a comment and say, man, I need somebody to help me write these estimates, because they're getting as many of them as we're getting on the claim side, right? So they need help getting them written too. So a lot of times, some of my clients have came from other adjusters, knowing that I'm a really great estimate writer, have come from other adjusters saying, I know somebody who can help you write your estimates. My homegirl, she an adjuster too, da 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 da, and this and that. And I even tack on for an additional cost. If they want me to negotiate with the insurance company, like if the insurance company bounces back and says, well, no, why you're paying for X, Y, and Z. And sometimes the adjuster, the contractor doesn't know our lingo, our talk, right? We know how to talk to each other to where it makes sense. And so I do sometimes, if my clients ask, offer that as an extra service that I tack on. Like if you want me to handle this thing from the rooter to the tutor, including reconciling and negotiating with the insurance company, I can do that too. And it's going to be this much. All right. So just letting you all know. And because I got macros, child, I'll be charging, but baby, the estimate don't even take that long. So Ashley, call up, contact, email. And I would say call them or put something together, put a packet together of the services, figure out what you want to charge, right? And put a packet together. And then if they like a one pager, when I'm saying a packet, make it really simple. 1 to 2 pages, right? Put something together. These are my prices. This is what I can do. Put a sample estimate in there so they can see the product, like the quality of your product, right? And then just knock on some doors or give them a call and say, listen, this is what I got. Can I send you an email if you guys ever need some estimate help? Boom, I'm here. And here's the cool thing is that you can learn from them while they're learning from you. Let's talk about the National African American Insurance Association, NAIA. Let's talk about NAIA. And I'm bringing NAIA up because one, I joined last week. Two, I've been hearing about NAIA for years. When we talk about minority representation in the insurance industry and having an organization for that, because I think it was like last week or the week before last, one of the folks who listen here on to our adjuster check, a checkup, was asking me, hey, how do you feel about this particular conference? And one of the things that I had an issue with was there was not enough color in the place. Okay. And so in that process, I told them, I said, but there is an insurance organization that is dedicated to claims professionals of color, right? Or insurance professionals of color, I should say, because they cater everybody. Anybody who's in the industry who's an insurance professional. So whether you're an agent, an actuary, underwriter, whatever the case may be, adjuster, all right, claims management, if you're in management, whatever the case may be, right? And they're called the National African American Insurance Association. And so, how do you get to their website? You go to www.naia, NAAIA.org, and you can look in to see what they got going on. Look and check, go up, I think it's under chapters. If you look for chapters, you can go down the list and see if they have a chapter in your city or in your state. And I would suggest to reach out. You can be involved in. So, what I did here for the NAIA organization in St. Louis, I actually was like, I don't know. Let me go to one of their meetings and let me see what they're about. And that's what I did. I went to one of their meetings that were sometimes they do meetings here live and sometimes virtual. So I went to one of the ones that were live and I just really liked the vibe. I really enjoyed everybody that I met. Everybody was really nice. The energy was great. It seemed like they're really, and ever since then they've been sending me emails and keeping me abreast of what's going on. It seems like they're really doing a lot and trying their best. They even have a national conference that's taking place in October. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend because I'm going to be on a beach somewhere. But anywho's, I would go to that conference if I could. It's going to be, I think, in Columbus, Ohio. So if anybody wants to journey up to Columbus, Ohio and go to the NIA conference, I think it would be good for you. And I think that because there is heavy representation in the organization, they want everybody, right, in the insurance industry, but there is heavy representation on the sales side with brokers and agents. I do believe and I want to stress the importance that I feel like all of us, no matter what role we're playing in the industry, should join NAIA. And that's for everybody who's a person. I know it's called a National African American Association. However, they are also involved with, there's a Chinese American Insurance Association. They also help with the Latino community as well. So, with that said, I believe all of us to join. And then when you do, tell them Charlene sent you. Okay. Charlene Hoskins. Make sure you spell my name right. Charleen. Okay. Not ENE. That's Charlene or Charlene. Okay. All right. Emmanuel has a question. Average per claim. What's a range? You mean as far as payment is concerned, Emmanuel? If you're talking about payment of insurance adjusters, here in and I don't Emmanuel, I don't know because you're Emmanuel Kuma. Where are you located? Let me see. Oh, you're in Arlington. Okay, sweet. So handling virtually for contractors as an estimator was asking for writing claims. Oh, for writing claims. You know what? I'm gonna tell you like this. When I first, it depends on what you want to charge. It's your cost. Ashley's saying about 38 to 40 hours, $40 hourly. I'm gonna tell you this, Ashley. Don't do the hours. Don't go off hours. Go off the quality of your performance. And I'm gonna say this because I used to do the same thing. I think I started off when I started doing estimates for clients, for random contractors and mitigation companies. I think I started at 35 an hour. This was years ago. But I'm 18 years in the game and I write a darn good estimate. I want to say DAMN, but I ain't gonna say it. I write a freaking good estimate. Do you understand? Okay. Ashley, no, because I trained her. Okay. I charge now $300 an estimate. But you know how they say there was something broken and 5 contractors came and they couldn't fix it, right? The last contractor comes, he charged $10,000 and he comes, he taps the thing twice, right? And he leaves. He's there less than 5 minutes. Sends him a bill for $10,000. They're like, well, we paid $10,000 for you. Was barely here for the expertise. All right. You go ahead and start your stuff off low to bring them in, but you better go up on your price every single year. Every year, double it. That's all I got to say. Because what you want to be, which leads me to my next segue, which is what you want to be, is you want to be a well-rounded adjuster. Being more well-rounded, having more skill sets under your belt makes you more desirable, makes you more deployable, makes you more manageable, makes you a hot ticket, okay? And that's what you want. So let's talk about having skills where you can have niche adjuster skills. And what I'm talking about specifically is getting your contents personal property certification. You want to get that, all right? And here's the thing. A lot of people may think, I get a lot of questions about this because we are the only company that let me run that back. Wait a minute. Let me run it back for you. TPAS LLC is the first and only training company that offers a contents certification. Nobody else has it. Hold on. We the first ones. We the first ones. We the only ones. You know why? Because in these 18 years of my mother and I doing this as independent insurance claims adjusters, she stayed in contents. I did everything. I'm an expert at contents. I'm an expert at policy interpretation. I can be in as gorgeous as I look tonight. I can jump on your roof. I can work claims in the field. I can work claims from the desk. Ashley, can you please let them know? Let the people know. Okay? Because Ashley was one of my peoples. All right? Once upon a time before I created my own firm, my own training firm. I need to get that. Yes, you do. And let me tell you why you need to get it. See, a lot of things, I want you all to change your mindset a little bit. I need you to shift it a little bit because you have been used to being, no offense to anybody, because I was there once upon a time myself. And when we think about it, this is how we're conditioned in society. You are conditioned to be a zoo animal. You are conditioned to clock in, put in 40 hours, get a paycheck in 2 weeks or a week, whatever. Right? It's like a zoo animal. You just walk around the cage a little bit, do a little something to entertain the folks, looking inside the cage, and then you get fed. Right? This is on a different level with insurance adjusting. All right? And the thing is that You have to be tapped into a network to get the game and get it right. You could be the adjuster that only knows how to do structure. You could do that. And you could get far with that, right? You could be in the field, you could be in the office, and all you know how to do is structure, structure, structure. And then you get a contents claim, and it's got 15 items on there. And you made your insurance carrier or the IA firm may say you can't transfer nothing unless it's 20 items or more. And you sitting there looking at 15 items, and they running you to death. You don't know how to do them. You don't know how to handle them. You don't know what you're doing. So you sit there on 15 items and let that claim on the content side age for no reason whatsoever. You don't know how to handle them. You don't know the questions to ask. You don't know how to investigate it properly. You don't even know how to direct the insured to get them busy. And the crazy part is, something like that, you should be able to knock that out right away. And if they got the contents list ready for you, you should be able to assign, if they need a field adjuster, you should be able to assign that field adjuster. And the next step you should be doing on that claim is knocking out that contents list and then go ahead and get that money in hand. Because see, that money don't come with a mortgage company on it. Mortgage company only has to be on a structural check if they have a mortgage company that has to be on the check. They need that contents money because a lot of times they use that money to sustain them until they'll use the contents money to get the structure started, get a tree removed, or whatever the case may be, get some mitigation done, pay for the rest of the mitigate, whatever. They will use that contents money until the structure money comes in. Why are you holding up their money? Because you don't know how to handle it. Hello. You're not giving good customer service. You're not being proactive. You're not a well-rounded adjuster. You just hit a wall and now you are limited. You should never be limited in your skill set in this job. All right? In this career, because it's bigger than a job. You should never limit yourself. So you tell yourself, well, I can't see the benefits of content, so I ain't going to do it right now. Let me tell you something. Even if you're in the field and say you're on fee schedule, why can't you knock them 5 out, them 5 items or them less than 10 items out? And it'd be something simple like the wooden outdoor craft kids play set in the backyard. A fully assembled set that all you got to do is go to a website, look it up, add it to the estimate, boom. And that set could be $2,000. That's $2,000 on your fee schedule. You're not billing. You're leaving money on the table. So it's beneficial for you to have this skill as a field adjuster. And it's beneficial definitely for you to have the skill as a desk adjuster, whether you ever get put on a content-specific deployment or assignment, right? Because what's happening is, and I have so many examples, we just got a claim on the Contents A-Team side, 15 items, less than $20,000, and they referred it to us. There's no way had that adjuster for that carrier been trained that they should have sent it over. But let me tell you something, I'm glad they did. Huh? Because that leaves work for us, right? But here's the thing. You all need that skill set. There is benefit to being content trained. Get into it, all right? Do you want to be a well-rounded adjuster or not? Or would you like to just be pigeonhole yourself into one area? You can do that. You can do that just fine. My mother did that, and she's successful at it. But the area that she chose is a niche area, which is personal property contents claim handling. I did it all. I did contents in the field. I did contents at the desk. So did she. I've been a contents claim manager for the office. She was a contents claims manager for the field. Who better to teach you about contents, baby? Come on, get into it. Hello, can I get a round of applause, please? Yes, handling virtually. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm catching up on comments. I've had hundreds of items. I find it easy for me. It's just when they keep adding to it and all the receipts that come in. Oh, see, we teach you that in content. I have hated content so much because it's time content is time consuming when you don't know what you're doing. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna give you a little hint. We're at 32 minutes. I'm gonna give you a little hint. Especially when Ashley brought up a good point. They keep adding to the list. Let me tell you something. Contents claim handling, just like structural claim handling, the key is not the end. See, we keep thinking about when writing claims, we keep thinking about the end result. I just want to get to that estimate point. If you get to the point where you're writing an estimate on contents and you as the adjuster still have questions, or the insured is still sending in stuff, you have not done a good job. You have not been thorough. Let me say it like that. I can't tell you have you done a good job. I won't judge you there. You have not been thorough in your investigation process, in your interviewing of the insured and investigation process. When you do that, all your information, the setting up of a contents claim, all the work is done on the front end. You should not have them coming back after the fact while you're in the midst of writing the estimate. Talk about, and another thing, no ma'am. No ma'am. Ain't no and no. Because as the adjuster, they should have given you and you should have pulled out of them everything. Now, it's one thing, you're going to have little stuff, but the big major stuff with the big dollar amounts, no. And see, what people don't realize is because contents is being mishandled, insurance is bleeding out on the content side. Because what you're getting, Ashley, is a wish list. And depending on how you have investigated that claim, depending on how you interviewed the insured, depending on the information that you have collected, one, they've realized, because most people do start off as honest, but now they don't realize, oh, she ain't coming. Oh, she ain't ask about this or that. See, they're gonna reckon. It's just like a child. You know what kid. I ain't got no kids, but y'all got kids. Everybody got kids. It feels like, but me. But you know how children watch you and observe you and see the gaps. Then they play mommy against daddy. That's like how it is when you're working content. So they're observing you while you're investigating them. They're observing how organized you are. They're observing the questions that you're asking. Okay. And then what happens is they say, oh, well, shit, they ain't ask about this. Let me go ahead and throw this TV up in here. Let me go ahead and do this. All right. Sleep number bed? Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that costs a lot. Uh-huh. Right? they, that's what they do. They, they start tacking stuff on it, adding stuff onto your estimate. You have to take control of that contents claim from the very inception of it. And you got to grab onto that thing and you got to keep it in control because it will spiral on you if you listen. Put you back on it for a second. It's going to spiral out of control. They say, you be like, where all this stuff come from? What is this? But when you're setting up and you're telling them, I need this, I need that, I need you got to give them everything, especially if you're not going to be present. And I don't understand why these insurance companies, a lot of them have not seen the value in having field contents adjusters. Only a couple of them have, right? But there is so much value in being able to go out and see that contents damage in person and have somebody there to address it. Because a lot of times they believe that when the field adjuster, the structure guy comes out, they feel like, well, he went out, he took pictures, it's good. Sometimes they throw it away after that because they never got direction on the front end. If you are the first adjuster on the claim, if you are the claim owner, you are the main desk adjuster. That is your job to direct them on what to do, how to do it, and then you set deadlines for them to turn the information in so that you can get it done. Bop, 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 bam, done. It is your responsibility. If the mitigation adjuster took the stuff, and I'm giving you a little bit of my contents class right now that we're doing tomorrow, and I'm sorry, y'all, it is a full class. It's still full. I'll see you in October. We got some openings in October, but October is filling up. October about to be shut down. So I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, come on into it, all right? But you got to get it on the front end, and you got to stay on top of it. Because you will fall apart. If there's a mitigation vendor, the mitigation vendor took some of the stuff. You need to know who that vendor is, where they took the stuff. You need their photos. You need to know why they took it. You need to make sure it's justified. Because a lot of times we be double billing and double paying on stuff that we don't. Girl, listen. Get your content certification, okay? Let me help you. Yes, it takes and something that Emmanuel said. Emmanuel, you might feel like it's tedious, but you want this money or don't you? You want to be deployable or not? You want to be well-rounded or not? What's it going to take? Is there a limit? Huh? Is a limit to the money? You don't want it? You don't want it? You don't want the money? You what? For instance, I'm gonna give y'all an example. Y'all got me going over because I done got excited. I'm passionate, as y'all can tell. Forgive me. I might even sound like I'm so loud. I might even sound like I'm yelling at you. I'm not. It's just a passion. But I'll give you a prime example. We had a field adjuster, right? And he wanted to now we just happen to be working in the contents unit. Field adjuster says, can you all handle this claim for me? He wants to refer it because of the amount. It was one item, but the one item was over $20,000. But guess what? And I think the item was like, it was a fire, and I think the item burned up in a fire. It was a piece of jewelry. It was very expensive. But guess what? The piece of jewelry was on scheduled personal property, meaning the insured went and had that thing appraised, paid an additional premium for it to be insured separately as a sub-insurance within their main insurance policy. And when that happens, based on the terminology, we went and looked into the terminology of that actual endorsement for that carrier for that claim, and come to find out there was nothing that needed to be done. Just pay it. No price verification because it's been appraised. They're paying the premium so that if anything happens, whatever that appraised value that was last noted on the declarations page is, or on that endorsement, that's what they get. And so we was like, listen, we could do this for you, but we gonna show you how to do it. And we showed him how to do it. And he was like, oh my God, that was so easy. Emmanuel, you could have a claim like that one day. Do you not want to know how to do it? Real simple. There was no tediousness with it. There was no research of price verification items. And let me tell y'all something. We got a method for that too. It ain't as hard as what you think. All right. The work of contents is done on the front end. It's not done at the estimate point. The estimate point and the price verification point should be just data entry. You should have everything you need beforehand, but you cannot get it if you don't know how to instruct the insured on what you need. All right. All right. Let me see. Let me look at these last little comments. I'm finna stop it back. I want it bad. I am with you. Is your class online or in person? The contents class is virtual. It's all online, baby. You ain't got to come here, Ashley, even though I would love to give you a big old hug. But you don't even have to be here. Come on, Emmanuel. Get it then. If you want it bad, how bad you want it? All right. Ashley says, yes, I'm so detailed and have kicked back so many items due to, yes, no ADPL damages. What Ashley is saying, ADPL, no accidental direct physical loss damage. Yes, actually. I miss you too, Ashley. And them kids is getting so big on me. Oh my God. I'm interested in diving into contents. I'm a newbie. Come on, Sashay. Any cancellations? Oh, no, no cancellations, girl. I see your eyeball. No, baby. No cancellations, but I will see you in October. Get into it, okay? So, I'm just saying, let me get off of this. I am enjoying my time with you. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for tuning in. It looks like we had a lot more people this time. I'm just going to keep this going. So I will see you all again next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you for checking in on the Adjuster Checkup. And I see you all next week. Bye.